Hello student, good morning. Today we will study remain parts Ranga's marriage by Masti Vekandensa Iyer. In the first part we had studied that a writer of this chapter discussed about his village, what is special about his village and what happened 10 years ago, what happened a decade ago. Okay, Ranga's marriage, the title of this chapter, Ranga's marriage. Actually there is a story of Ranga's marriage here. Okay, so writer had a great respect for Ranga because Ranga was an accountant son and went to Bangalore for the study. When he had written, writer met him and asked about his marriage, when he is going to marry. तो रंगा की जो डिसीजन था और ओपिनियन था, इट वॉज डिफरेंट बिकॉज ही डजेंट वॉन्ट टू मैरी बिकॉज ही थॉट दैट फॉर अ मैरिज मेच्योर गर्ल शुड बी देयर. तो वो कहता है कि एक तरफ दूध के दांत हो, दूसरी तरफ वो पूरा थूक से भरा हुआ वेट चिक्स हो. ऐसी लड़की से वो कैसे शादी करेगा इफ़ ही विल टॉक टू अ गर्ल विथ लव एंड शी सपोज कि उसको एंगर समझ ले, राइट. सो his opinion about marriage was no. He thought that for marriage a mature girl should be there. बट राइटर थॉट कि जो रंगा है वो शादी कर ले एंड सेटल इन हिज लाइफ एंड डू द सोशल वर्क और हेल्पफुल फॉर द सोसाइटी, बी अ हेल्पफुल फॉर द सोसाइटी. बट ही वॉज सैड कि रंगा तो शादी करना ही नहीं चाहता. ही बिकम सैड मीन्स राइटर बिकम सैड कि जो रंगा का जो ओपिनियन है इट इज़ क्वाइट मेड हिम स्ट्रेस्ड. ओके, distressed. I was distressed that the boy who I thought would make a good husband had decided to remain a bachelor. Okay, राइटर कहता है कि उसने सोचा था कि एक अच्छा हस्बैंड बनेगा बट रंगा ऑलरेडी डिसाइडेड टू रिमेन अ बैचलर, मतलब शादी वो नहीं करेगा. आफ्टर chatting for a little longer, Ranga left. Okay, they chatted for a long time. Then Ranga left, means went to his home. I made up my mind right then that I would get him married. Here writer decided कि उसकी वो शादी करवा कर ही रहेंगी. Ramarao's niece means जो भांजी होती है, भांजी या भतीजी होती है वो. Niece means daughter of brother or sister. So Ramarao's niece, a pretty girl of 11, she was 11 year old, had come to stay with him. Okay, so Ramarao's niece was only 11 year old and stay with him. She was from a big town, so she knew how to play the veena and the harmonium, and that girl knew how to play those musical instrument. She also had a sweet voice. Both her parents had died and her uncle had brought her home. So why she was at Ramarao's home? Because her parents died and that is why Ramarao brought her to his home. Ranga was just the boy for her and she the most suitable bride for him. Writer thought that कि ये लड़की just suitable for रंगाराव, कि रंगाराव के लिए ये लड़की बहुत ही सुटेबल रहेगी. ही थॉट एंड रंगाराव ऑल्सो उसके लिए भी ये सुटेबल रहेगा, राइट. सिंस आई वॉज अ फ्रीक्वेंट विजिट टू रमाराव's प्लेस, द गर्ल वॉज क्वाइट फ्री विथ मी. I completely forgot to mention her name. Okay, so writer here is saying that he was the frequent visitor of Ramarao's place and that is why that girl quite matched with him. And here writer is saying that he has forgotten to mention her name. Ratna it was, and writer is saying that उसका नाम रत्ना है और रत्ना था. The very next morning I went to their house and told Ramarao's wife, I will send some buttermilk for you. Ask Ratna to fetch it. He said that he will send buttermilk. Buttermilk means जो छाछ है वो भेजेंगे. But for that रत्ना को भेजना उसके घर छाछ लेने के लिए. रत्ना came. It was a Friday. So she was wearing a grand sari as it was Friday. So maybe कुछ occasion होता होगा and that is why she was in a brand sari. I told her to sit in my room and requested her to sing a song. So here writer requested Ratna to sit in his room and sing a song. I sent for Ranga. Sent for means called. बुलावा भेजा. So I sent for Ranga. While she was singing the song Krishnamurti in front of my eyes, Ranga reached the door. And when the girl was singing, तो राइटर को ऐसा लगता है जैसे कोई कृष्णा मूर्ति इज़ अ सिंगर. ओके, सिंगर जो है उसके जैसे उसको कंपेयर करते हैं. सो ये राइटर कंपेयर्स दैट गर्ल्स सॉन्ग विथ कृष्णामूर्ति. ओके, एंड ड्यूरिंग दिस टाइम रंगा रीच्ड. ही स्टॉप एट द थ्रेशोल्ड. थ्रेशोल्ड मीन्स जो दरवाजे का जो उम्रा क्या कहते हैं वो उम्बर जो होता है दरवाजे के एग्जैक्टली जो नीचे होता है वहाँ पर वो खड़ा रह गया. ही डिड नॉट वॉन्ट द सिंगिंग टू स्टॉप एंड he knew that if he will enter into the room the singing might be stopped, but was curious to see the singer. But here Ranga Rao was curious to see who is singing the song, or he wanted to see the singer's face. Carefully he peeped in, so he looked in, but he was very careful. The light coming into the room was blocked. So जो लाइट आ रही थी वो ब्लॉक हो गई. As he looked into or peeped into the room, Ratna looked up and seeing a stranger there abruptly stopped. Abruptly means suddenly. So when Ratna saw that someone enter into the room, she suddenly stopped her singing. Suppose you buy the best quality mango, you eat it. Now see वो सिचुएशन कैसी होती है. सो राइटर जो है वो सिचुएशन को किस तरह से कंपेयर करते हैं. जस्ट सी इट. सपोज यू बाय द बेस्ट क्वालिटी मैंगो, यू ईट इट स्लोली एज योर फेवरेट फ्रूट इज़ देयर एंड क्वाइट एक्सपेंसिव, थोड़ी एक्सपेंसिव है. सो वाइल यू ईटिंग यू विल बी केयरफुल, राइट. सेवरिंग मीन्स टेस्टिंग इट्स पील्स बिफोर बाइटिंग into द जूसी फ्रेश. आप उसके पील निकालोगे तो पील को भी चूस लोगे, राइट, क्योंकि आपको वेस्ट नहीं करना है. यू डू नॉट वॉन्ट टू वेस्ट एनी पार्ट ऑफ इट एज एंड दैट इज़ वाई यू आर शकिंग द पिल्स. इसीलिए आप उसको पहले पिल्स को आप शक करोगे. बिफोर यू टेक अनदर बाइट द फ्रूट्स पिल्स आउट ऑफ योर हैंड्स एंड फॉल ऑन द ग्राउंड. सपोज यू थिंक, you imagine that the best quality mangoes are there, you are eating, but first of all you are peeling it and you are sucking the pills. आप उसके जो पिल्स है उसको चूस रहे हो, बाद में आप मैंगो को खाओगे एंड सडनली मैंगो जो होता है ग्राउंड पर गिर जाता है. तो एक इंसान का फेस कैसा हो जाएगा, फीलिंग्स कैसी होगी. हाउ डू यू फील, क्या फील करोगी. रंगा's फेस showed द सेम डिसअपॉइंटमेंट when द सिंगिंग stopped. ऐसा फेस था रंगा का जैसे कि अच्छा वाला मैंगो उसके हाथ में से गिर गया हो. यू sent for me, he asked as he came in and sat on the chair. चेयर पर बैठते पूछता है कि आपने बुलावा भेजा था. यू sent for me. रत्ना stood at the distance, her head lowered. Ranga repeatedly glanced at her, and here Ranga was quite impressed or quite attracted with that girl, and that is why he was repeatedly looking at her. वो उसको बार बार देख रहा था क्योंकि उसको वो अच्छी लग रही थी. Once our eyes met and he looked very embarrassed. तो राइटर ऑल्सो ऑब्जर्व कि रंगा उसको देख रहा है. तो जब रंगा ने देखा कि राइटर भी उसको देख रहे, सो ही क्वाइट फेल्ट एम्बेरेस, उसको भी थोड़ी शर्म आ जाती है. नो वन स्पोक फॉर अ लॉन्ग व्हाइल. आफ्टर दैट देर वॉज अ साइलेंस. It was my coming in that stopped the singing. Let me leave. Okay. तो रंगा कहता है कि शायद मेरी वजह से सिंगिंग स्टॉप हो गई. बिकॉज ऑफ हिम द सिंगिंग वॉज स्टॉप. सो ही सेड दैट it is the time that he should leave. So Ranga said that he should leave. Words, mere words. Mere means only. The fellow said he would leave but did not make a move. Yes, Ranga said that he should leave but he didn't move. वो कहता है कि उसको जाना चाहिए but move नहीं हो रहा. How can one expect words to match actions in these days of Kali Yuga? Okay, so writer is saying that what a Kali Yuga, person is saying something but not doing. Okay, words and action are not matching each other. Ratna ran inside, overcome by shyness, and here Ratna felt shyness, and that is why she ran into the room. After a while, Ranga asked, "Who is that girl, Swami?" Okay, so Ranga was quite attracted with her, and he asked the writer that who she was. Who is that inside? The lion wanted to know. Okay, that here there is an another story कि राइटर यहाँ पर एक स्टोरी बताते हैं कि एक दिन क्या होता है कि who is that inside? The lion wanted to know. The he goat who had taken shelter in the temple replied. ओके सो देर वॉज अ ही गोट, एक बकरा था जो टेम्पल के अंदर कहता है वो. देन ही रिप्लाइड दैट ही गोट रिप्लाइड दैट डज इट मैटर हु एम आई? क्या फ़र्क पड़ता है आपको जानकर? आई एम अ पोर एनिमल हु हैज़ ऑलरेडी ईटन 9 लायंस. सो ही गोट सेड दैट ही हैड ईटन 9 लायंस. आई हैव वाउड टू ईट वन मोर. ओके, और मैंने प्रतिज्ञा ली कि एक और लायन में खा जाऊंगा. टेल मी, आर यू मेल और फीमेल? ओके, सो ही गोट जो बकरा है पूछता है कि तू बता कौन है, तू लायन मेल है कि फीमेल है? द लायन फ्लीड द प्लेस इन फियर इट सीम्स. ओके, देन लायन फ्लीड अवे. लायन सोचता है कि अरे भाई मुझे खा जाएगा तो मैं भाग जाता हूँ. सो हियर राइटर जो ये स्टोरी बीच में बताते हैं, लाइक द ही गोट आई सेड, व्हाट डज इट मैटर टू ईदर ऑफ अस हु इज शी? सो क्या फ़र्क पड़ता है कौन है ये लड़की, कौन है? बिकॉज ये उस सेंस में कहते हैं कि क्योंकि वो तो बैचलर रहने का डिसाइड कर लिया है, शादी तो करेंगे नहीं, फिर लड़की के बारे में पूछकर क्या क्या फ़ायदा? एंड दैट इज़ वाई राइटर ने कहा कि वो डज इट मैटर, क्या फ़र्क पड़ता है ईदर ऑफ अस, हम दोनों के लिए, हु इज़ शी, who she is, कि वो कौन है, right? I am already married and you aren't the marrying kind. Okay, so writer is saying that already I am married, मेरी तो शादी हो चुकी है, and you doesn't want to marry, तुझे तो शादी करनी ही नहीं. So what does it matter to either of us who she is? Very hopefully he asked, she isn't married then? His voice did not betray his excitement, but I knew it was there. And here Ranga Rao's asked कि isn't married, क्या शादी नहीं हुई इसकी? Okay, but here Ranga writer noticed that he was very excited to know about it. Okay, but he pretended, Ranga Rao pretended, वो दिखाता नहीं है excitement, but writer knew that he is quite excited. She was married a year ago. Writer रिप्लाइड कि हाँ उसकी 1 साल पहले शादी हो चुकी है. हिज फेस रिवल्ड लाइक अ रोस्टेड ब्रिंजल, और उसका फेस कैसा हो गया? रोस्टेड ब्रिंजल जैसा. आफ्टर अ वाइल रंगा लेफ्ट सेइंग आई मस्ट गो, आई हैव वर्क एट होम. ओके, रंगा कहता है कि ही हैज़ टू गो एंड ही हैज़ lots of work at home. I went to our Sastri the next morning and told him keep everything ready to read the stars. Okay, read the stars means जो राशि भविष्य होता है वो. I will come later. I tutored him in all that I wanted him to say. And here writer tutored him, सब कुछ सिखा देते कि जब मैं रंगा को लेकर आऊँ तो तुझे आपको क्या बोलना है, राइट? एडवांस में उसको बता देते हैं कि जब उसकी बारी आए स्टार रीड, उसका राशि भविष्य देखने की. सो वॉट ही हैज़ टू स्पीक, वॉट ही हैज़ टू टेल, क्या बताना है वो सब कुछ सिखा देता है. I found no change in Ranga when I met him in afternoon. Okay, what's the matter? You seem to be lost in thought, I said. So there was no change on Ranga's face, but writer said that you are not looking happy and you lost in thought. Nothing wrong, believe me. Ranga said that no, nothing. There is nothing that he should be कि वो थोड़ा upset रहे, he should be sad, or there is nothing. Headache? Come, let's go and see a doctor. Now writer asked, okay, is there any headache to you? Okay, let's go for the doctor. I have no headache. I am my usual self. He said that, Ranga said that there is no headache. I am normal as usual. I went through the same thing when the process of choosing a girl for me was going on. But I don't think that that could be a reason for your present condition. Okay, writer is saying that it was the same situation when there was a process of choosing a girl for him. राइटर भी कहते कि ऐसा मेरे साथ भी ऐसा हुआ था जब इस तरह से हुआ था. बट ही सेड दैट बट योर सिचुएशन इज डिफरेंट. रंगा स्टेयर्ड एट मी. ओके, तो थोड़ा रंगा उसको घूरता है राइटर को. कम लेट्स गो एंड सी शास्त्री, आई सजेस्टेड. So here writer suggested to go to the Shastri. We will find out whether Guru and Shani are favorable for you or not. So here writer is saying that we will see that whether Guru and Shani are favorable in your stars or not. So let's go to the Shastri. Ranga accompanied me without any protest. So Ranga also agreed to go with writer to the Shastri. As soon as Shastri saw me, he exclaimed, "What a surprise, Syama! Haven't seen you for a long time." So शास्त्री कहते कि अरे श्यामा मीन्स राइटर, अरे आप हम तो कितने दिन हो गए नहीं मिले. श्यामा इज़ नन अदर देन योर सर्वेंट, द नरेटर ऑफ दिस टेल. सो हियर राइटर इज ऑल्सो रिमाइंडिंग अस कि श्यामा और कोई नहीं बट ये नरेटर उसका नरेटर है और ये स्टोरी टेलर है, राइट. आई गॉट एंग्री एंड साउटेड, वॉट ओनली दिस मॉर्निंग. फिर भूल जाते हैं कि उसने तो ये प्लान किया था, लेकिन राइटर खुद भूल जाते और बोलते अरे क्या बात है, हम आज सुबह तो मिले थे. शास्त्री कंप्लीटेड माय सेंटेंस. ओके, फिर शास्त्री थोड़े होशियार थे, वो बोलते हैं कि देखो ये भूल जा रहे हैं कि उसने ही तो मुझे कहा था क्या बोलना है, तो स्टॉप कर देते राइटर को बीच में. यू फिनिश्ड ऑल योर वर्क आर नाउ फ्री टू विजिट मी. Okay, you finished all your work and are now free to visit me means first of all you were doing your work and whenever you get the time you come and meet me. So since long we have met, ऐसा वो जताने की कोशिश करते हैं. Had he not done so, I would have ruined our plan by bursting like grains that are kept in the sun to dry. Okay, so here writer was going to ruin the plan. वो प्लान कैसे कि जैसे बस्टिंग लाइक ग्रेन्स, तो ग्रेन्स को यहाँ पर ड्राई सन में ड्राई करने के लिए रखी होती है और वो पूरे ख़राब हो जाती, उस तरह से उसका प्लान ख़राब ही होने वाला था. इट वॉज गोइंग टू रूइन बट शास्त्री कुड हैंडल द सिचुएशन, मैनेज्ड द सिचुएशन. I was extremely careful of what I said afterward. And now writer is very cautious, or he became very cautious that what should he speak afterwards. Shastri turned to Ranga. When did you young son of our accountant clerk come home? What can I do for him? It's very rarely that he visit us. So Shastri spoke that accountant son come here. कितने दिनों के बाद आए और क्यों आए भाई हमारे यहाँ. ओके, ही आस्क्ड द रीज़न फॉर हिज अराइवल एंड ही सेड दैट इट इज़ वेरी रेयरली, बहुत कम बार आते हैं हमारे यहाँ. टेक आउट अवर पैराफेरनेलिया, इट मीन्स दैट पर्सनल इक्विपमेंट होते हैं उसके शास्त्री के पास जो होते हैं. सो पैराफेरनेलिया मीन्स पर्सनल इक्विपमेंट और औजार भी कह सकते हैं. अवर रंगप्पा सीम्स टू हैव समथिंग ऑन हिज माइंड. कैन यू टेल अस व्हाट इज वरिंग हिम? शैल वी पुट योर साइंस ऑफ एस्ट्रोलॉजी टू द टेस्ट? सो हियर writer is saying Shastri that he is confusing, he has lost in his thoughts. So please tell us what is the reason for his concern or worrying. ओके, और साइंस और एस्ट्रोलॉजी को एक साथ कहने के लिए, टेस्ट करने के लिए कहते हैं. ओके, सो एस्ट्रोलॉजी मीन्स ज्योतिष शास्त्र. There was authority in my voice as I spoke to Shastri. He took out 2 sheets of paper, some cowries and book of palmyra leaves, saying, ours is an ancient science, Aya. Okay, now Shastri took some cowries and PALM, palmyra. Okay, so palmyra means हाथ में जो छोटी सी किताब रखते, एंशियंट बुक जिसको हम कह सकते हैं, उसने वो निकाली. अवर इज़ एन एंशियंट साइंस, अया, और वो कहते हैं कि हमारा जो साइंस है इट इज़ एन एंशियंट साइंस. अया मीन्स वो रिस्पेक्टफुल एक वर्ड है. There is a story to it, but I will not tell you that story now. He said that there is a long story, but he is not going to tell him a story. There is not a Hari Katha which allows you to tell a story within a story. You may get bored. Okay, so he said that there is like a Hari Katha, and if I will tell you the story, you will become bored. I will tell it to you some other time. So Sastri is saying that he will tell him the story next time or any other time. Sastri moved his lips fast as he counted on his fingers and then asked, "What is your star?" Okay, so his lips were moving and he was counting on his fingers. Then he asked Ranga about his stars. Ranga didn't know. Never mind. Okay. Then he asked the Ranga about his star, but Ranga didn't know of his star कि उसका कौन सी राशि है वो उसको पता नहीं था. Sastri indicated with a shake of his head. He did some more calculation before saying in a serious tone, "It's about a girl." Okay. Then वो थोड़ा बड़बड़ाता है और कुछ बोलता रहता है. Then again he did the calculation and then say that Ranga is quite थोड़ा sad है, thoughtful है और थॉट में खोया हुआ है. तो ये कोई गर्ल है, उसके बारे में ऐसा है. Okay. So it's about a girl. I had been controlling my laughter all this while, and writer here कंट्रोल्ड ऑन हिज लाफ. वो थोड़ा अपने हंसने पर कंट्रोल करता है क्योंकि उसने तो पूरा शास्त्री को सिखा दिया था कि कैसे बोलना है. बट नाउ आई बर्स्ट ऑफ आउट लाफिंग, बट ही कुड नॉट कंट्रोल ऑन हिमसेल्फ एंड राइटर laughed, started laughing. I turned to Ranga. Exactly what I had said. So here writer is saying that exactly what I had said means मैंने जो बताया था वही बात हुई ना. Who is the girl? It was your humble servant who asked the question. Okay, so now writer is saying that I am very humble servant of you and please tell me who is that girl. Sastri thought for a while before replying. She probably has the name of something found in the ocean. So Sastri said that the name on her, that the things which are available from the sun or oceans. कमला, जैसे कि लोटस, वो भी सन में कीचड़ में उगता है तो कमला नाम है उसका. मे बी शास्त्री ने क्या कहा कि मे बी यस ये कमला हो सकता है. सो व्हेन ही सेड दैट कमला, देन ही सेड दैट मे बी कुड इट बी पाची, मोस. ओके, मोस इज ऑल्सो फाउंड इन ओशंस, और जो कहते हैं कि जो अलगी जैसा आता है, राइट, अलगी जैसा ही उसका एक प्रकार है. मस्ट it be moss if it's not kamla. Okay, why not pearl or ratna, the precious stone? Okay, so here writer also mentioned the name of ratna here. So maybe ratna, the girl in Rama Rao's house is ratna. Tell me, is there any chance of our negotiation bearing fruit? Okay, so he said that Ratna, Rama Rao's niece Ratna. So he also asked that कि हमारी ये नेगोशिएशन में बातचीत का जो उसमें से कोई बातचीत का कोई रूट या फ्रूट्स मिलेगा क्या हमको. डेफिनेटली ही सेड आफ्टर आस्किंग फॉर सम टाइम. ओके, देयर वाज सरप्राइज ऑन रंगा's फेस एंड सम हैप्पीनेस. आई नोटिस्ड इट. So when Sastri and writer were discussing, so writer saw that Ranga was quite happy and happiness could see on his face. But that girl is married, I said. So writer had said that, but that girl is already married, so there is no chance to marry with that girl. Then I turned to him. His face had fallen, and when writer said that girl is already married, Ranga's face could became fallen means उतर गया, उसका चेहरा जो है उतर गया. I don't know all that. There may be some other girl who is suitable. Okay, so writer is saying that maybe कोई और गर्ल है जो उसके लिए suitable हो सकती है. Maybe other girl who is suitable for him. I only told you what our Shastra indicated, Sastri said. Okay, Sastri said that whatever he had told, it was according to the book, and Shastra said. We left the place. On the way, we passed by Rama Rao's house. Ratna was standing at the door. I went in alone and came out a minute later. Okay, on the way, there was Rama Rao's house and he went into the house. And during this time, writer was maybe bahar khade honge. And within a minute, writer returned. Surprising. This girl isn't married, it seems. Someone told me that other day that she was. Okay, so he came out and said that it is really surprised that girl is not married. कि मैंने सुना था कि someone told me that day कि कुछ दिन पहले तो मुझे किसी ने बताया था कि वो लड़की तो शादीशुदा है, but this girl is not married, she is unmarried. Okay, so what Sastri told us has turned out to be true after all. But Rangappa, I cannot believe that you have been thinking of her. Swear on the name of Madhvacharya and tell me, is it true what Sastri said? Okay, so here writer is saying that कि माधवाचार्य की कसम खाकर बताओ कि जो वॉट एवर शास्त्री सेड कि उसने कहा जो वो ट्रू हो सकता है क्या. बट आई डोंट थिंक कि तुम ऐसा मानते होंगे. आई डो नॉट नो वेदर एनी वन एल्स वुड हैव बीन direct. Ranga admitted, Ranga agreed. There is a greater truth in the Shastra than we imagine. So Ranga also agreed and he was agreed with Shastri कि जो शास्त्र कहते हैं वो सब कुछ सही होता है. Then what we imagine, what he said is absolutely true. Okay, Shastri was at the well when I went there that evening, and that evening writer and Shastri met. I said, so Shastri gal, you repeated everything I had taught you without giving rise to any suspicion. So here writer says that Shastri gal, whatever he told him, so he repeated for the twice and there was no any chance for suspicious or doubtful कि कोई शक के बिना आपने तो बहुत अच्छी तरह से बोल दिया. What a marvelous shastra yours is. He didn't like it at all. So here writer says that कि your shastra are really amazing. What are you saying? What you said to me was what I could have found out myself from the Shastra. Don't forget, I developed on the hints you had given me. So here Shastri said that he had just used his hints only, but whatever he had said, those were written in Shastra. ओके तो यहाँ पर कहते हैं कि मैंने आपकी बात नहीं, आपकी तो सिर्फ मैंने हिंट ली थी, बाकी जो भी मैंने वो कहा वो शास्त्र के अकॉर्डिंग ही था. देर वॉज नो एनी चांस ऑफ लाइज कि कोई ऐसा चांस ही नहीं कि जिसमें उसने झूठ बोला हो. ओके, आई होप कि यहाँ तक आपको समझ में आ ही गया होगा. टेल मी, इज दिस व्हाट अ डिसेंट मैन सेज. ओके, सो टेल मी, मुझे बताओ कि इज़ दिस व्हाट अ डिसेंट मैन सेज कि डिसेंट मैन ने कहा. तो यहाँ तक जो है वो बात पूरी होती है. नाउ अब जो है राइटर इज़ राइटिंग इन प्रेजेंट डेज. ओके, व्हाट इज़ हैपनिंग इन द प्रेजेंट डे. ये 10 साल पहले की बात थी. नाउ वॉट एवर अब जो हम पढ़ेंगे वो प्रेजेंट टाइम का है. रंगप्पा हेड कम, मतलब 10 साल के बाद रंगप्पा उसको डिनर के लिए इनवाइट करने आता है. ही केम टू इनवाइट राइटर फॉर द डिनर. What's the occasion, I asked. So here writer asked that what kind of occasion is there at your home that you come to me and invite me. It's a Shyama's birthday. He is 3. So Rangappa is saying that Shyama is his son's name. उसके बेटे का नाम है और 3 साल का वो हो गया है. It is not a nice name, Shyama. I said. Writer is saying that कि मुझे वो नाम पसंद नहीं है श्यामा. I am like a dark piece of oil cake. ऐसा लगता है जैसे कि डार्क पीस है ऑयल केक का. What did you have to give that golden child of yours such a name. इतना अच्छा सोने जैसा बेटा है, उसका नाम श्यामा क्यों रखा है. What a childish couple you are, Ratna and you. अब कैसे childish couple हो. What a childish couple you are, Ratna and you. Means अब 10 साल के बाद हमको पता चलता है कि राइटर बता रहे हैं कि रत्ना और रंगप्पा की शादी हो गई है, उसका एक बेटा भी है. I know, it's the English custom of naming the child after someone you like. Your wife is 8 months pregnant now. Okay, so here ये जो रंगप्पा है कहता है आई नो मोस्ट पीपल केप्ट देयर son or daughter's name according to the English, according to the Western culture, English culture. Okay, and here writer asks that your wife is 8 months pregnant. Who is there to help your mother to cook. So here Rangapa's mother was quite old, so writer asked that who is helping your mother, as his wife is already 8 months pregnant. My sister has come with her. Okay, so Rangapa is saying that his sister came to home and helped his mother and his wife. I went there for dinner. Shyama rushed to me when I walked in and put his arms round my legs. So when writer went to Rangapa's home, Shyama, जो 3 साल का लड़का है, came rushed to me. Rush means दौड़ कर आता है, and I walked in and put his arms around my legs. Okay, I kissed him on his cheek. Okay, and placed a ring on his tiny little finger. So writer gave that child a ring, even उसकी वो उंगलियों में पहना भी देते. Allow me to take leave of you, reader. I am always here, ready to serve you. Now writer is asking us to leave, right? Okay, और वो कहते हैं कि मैं दूसरी स्टोरी लेकर ही आऊँगा और ऑलवेज रेडी हूँ. यू वर नॉट बोर्ड, आई होप. एंड राइटर इज सेइंग दैट कि आप ज़रूर बोर नहीं हुए होंगे, ऐसी मैं आशा रखता हूँ. यू वर नॉट बोर्ड, आई होप. So student, the lesson is over here, and there are 4 question and answer that you have to write in your homework book. I hope you understand the chapter very well. Thank you and have a nice day.